Hi, Marty Keltz with a story to share. It's the story of a not perfect boy trapped in a system that had no words for learners like me. Kids with dyslexia and ADHD. We were tested and expected to conform to the same standards as every other student. If that sounds familiar to you, I'm not surprised. It was about a year ago that I wrote this blog about just one of the disastrous experiences I had related to a standardized test. There had been ones earlier and several later, all of which failures I have carried around with me my entire life, that regardless of other accomplishments, still haunt me today. 7th grade and the hormones kicked in, the kind that make you aggressive and hostile. With more adrenaline than growth hormone, I was short but had a very big chip on my shoulder. It was the 1950s, so I added 3 extra inches with the help of a pompadour and engineer boots. On my toes and looking James Dean tough, I would get in line at the movie theater and try to buy a ticket for the latest Brigitte Bardot film. The same lady always was in the ticket booth. She would smile, sometimes giggle and wink, but always sold me a ticket. Short, bad, and angry I acted out, but I didn't rob or murder. I just misbehaved and talked back to teachers. I was never in danger of being sent to Rikers Island or reform school, but was endlessly threatened with a 600 school. 600 schools were the New York City public schools' home for the less than criminal, what the New York City Family Court defined as PINs, people/children in need of supervision. Okay, so I was never sent to a 600 school, but got very close a couple of times. The closest was in a science class, taught by a young man we will call Harvey. As you might guess, my junior high school, Russell Sage, was not a progressive school. However, being the progressive student that I was, I liked calling Harvey, well, Harvey, a lot. And I kept it up, compulsively, obsessively, with the result that I made frequent visits to the principal's office. If it had not been against the law, I probably would have felt the lick of a cane. There was one in the corner of the principal's office, and rumor had it, that turned out to be true, was that he would stare at it, then look at you, then look back at the cane. Grim, scary stuff. So one day during one of our chats, there was a fight in the hall, and he flew out of the office to deal with it. Invitingly, left open on the desk, was my permanent record card. Like a shot, I was out of my seat behind the desk. Numbers and letters I could read, and there, circled in red, was my IQ, 92. No longer scared or angry. I was just sad. The worst had been confirmed by Stanford Binet. Dumb and slow. I couldn't even claim to be an underachiever. I was just stupid. It's why I'm so passionate about the launch of the new Critikin project, the Not Perfect Hat Club, and why I agree with Lindsay Lipsky, who said, in times of high-stakes testing, don't all students need a Not Perfect Hat Club? If you believe that our students, regardless of how they learn, are perfectly not perfect, help us bring the Not Perfect Hat Club to schools everywhere by becoming a fan of the Not Perfect Hat Club. Just click on the blue Become a Fan button now.